Welcome back to the channel. Today we're in Atyrau. Atyrau is in the far west of Kazakhstan and is interesting because it's the boundary between Europe and Asia. It's also a bit of an oil boom town and apparently a pretty interesting place. We're going to head there now and check it out. If anyone's new around here, I'm John. Welcome to the channel. Really good to have you here, and I hope you enjoy some of my videos. I started making travel videos because I thought there was a little bit of a niche in the market. Travel videos for people who don't want over-sensationalized, clickbaity videos like that. Real travel for real people doing normal things. Places can be fun, places can be interesting, but also there's a reality to travel, and I'm trying to bring a well-rounded version of that to you. I don't know. If you enjoy it, then stick around. If not, there are plenty of other travel content creators out there for you. But if that sounds like you, then maybe consider subscribing and sticking around properly. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get back to the video. Okay, we have literally just arrived. Just got out of our Yandex. Checked into the hotel, checked in about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Great. So let's have a little look what a hotel room is like in Atyrau, Kazakhstan. Well, pretty good start. Nice bed. Little fridge on top of a table. It's unusual, but I don't mind it. Have I got anything in there? No. Oh, however, a few bottles of water by there. Great. Oh, and there is a QR code menu. We'll have a little look at that later. It is quite a nice hotel. There's a full restaurant downstairs. They've told me breakfast is between 5 AM and 10, which is pretty extensive. We've got a bit of a view. Little bit. You can see a Kazakh flag out of the window though, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, let's oh, that is a bloody hell. Is that 3 mattresses? I mean, that is excessive. Bloody hell. Right, let's have a little check of the bathroom as well. This'll do. I mean, the plug hole's missing its cover, but hello. Yeah, other than that, this will do nicely. Oh, little amenities by there. That's pretty handy. Yeah, this'll do nicely. Okay, little short break for a little bit of R&R, and now it's time to head out into Atyrau, and we're going to see what this small Kazakh city has to offer. Well, I don't know who this chap is, but he's important enough to have a bust in gold and a whole park of information about him. So, I knew nothing about Atyrau when I booked this flight. Like, nothing. The reason I booked to come here was because there's a little bit of time until Wales are playing in Astana, and I didn't want to fly directly. I wanted to have a little bit of a Kazakh adventure first. So I picked somewhere random that I'd never heard of, and basically I've got a week, 10 days, I think, maybe 3 or 4 videos for you lot before I get to Astana for the Wales game. So I thought this would be really interesting because I know nothing about the place. So it's a little less windy here, I can carry on what I was saying. I knew nothing of Atyrau before I booked this, so all of this is from my own research, but actually what I found was really, really fascinating. So Atyrau is situated directly on the Ural River. The Ural River is the 3rd longest river in Europe, and it stretches from here all the way up into Siberia. It is historically always been known as the boundary between Europe and Asia, and we're about to cross that boundary, and we're about to visit Asian Kazakhstan for the first time. As well as being famous for the river, it's also a really important oil field. And the oil industry has basically turned Atyrau into a bit of a boom town. There are quite a lot of foreign workers here for the oil field apparently, and a lot of the business that is here is all related to the oil industry. So yeah, not what I expected when I booked a flight to a random Kazakh city, but it's really interesting. We're going to carry on our little exploration. We're going to cross the bridge, across the river, into Asia. Geographically, this is a boundary between Europe over there and Asia over there. And it feels quite symbolic that I'm crossing over it now. I'm sorry if the sound quality is a little poor. It's incredibly windy. I can't believe it. I don't know why. I didn't expect it to be particularly windy, but it's really whipping up off the river. And yeah, I've had to take my cap off because I feel like it's going to blow away. Not ideal, but I'm sure we'll manage. I'm sure there's a few of you that don't imagine high-rise buildings like this when you think of Kazakhstan, are there?
But this is where we were really going. This is the Flagstock Monument. And I wanted to come here because it's got a big old map of Kazakhstan on the wall. Really helpful for people who don't necessarily know what the country looks like.
Well, this is the country of Kazakhstan. We're going to be travelling around lots of it. At the moment, we're sort of around by there. Tomorrow we're going to Shymkent, and then Almaty, then Karaganda, and then Astana is somewhere up there. That's the plan anyway. It's a pretty hot day here in Atyrau. I need to make a decision about whether to get a drink. I've got a choice of Zebra Coffee, the Ideal Supermarket, or Box Burger and Grill. There are choices. Well, we've opted for the Ideal Supermarket. Got lots of nice drinks. Gone for what I think is going to be like a fizzy pomegranate drink. This is what it's like. It's exactly the same as supermarkets everywhere. All the same chocolates. That Milka box looks good though, doesn't it? Right, so this can of pomegranate cost me a grand total of 500 Kazakh tenge. 500 quid for a can of pop. Well, not really. Works out to about 70 pence, which is not bad really, is it? Anyway, right, let's give it a try. I'm hoping it's fizzy pomegranate. If it tastes of something disgusting now, I'll be really disappointed. That is very nice. That is very, very nice. I think I'll be drinking a few more of these on this trip. Well, I know I joke about every city having a statue of men on horseback, but that doesn't change here in Atyrau. This statue is of Isate and Mahambet, and they were both famous figures in Kazakh history. Together they led the rebellion of 1836 to 1838. Here we go. And that rebellion was against the Khan's rule and the Russian influence in the country. They're celebrated today in Kazakhstan as symbols of resistance and bravery, and they're still remembered to this day. Pretty cool. So yeah, this statue is front and centre in this square here in Atyrau. It's a cool square as well. Big old space. I didn't actually know this was here. We're here because there's a really cool looking mosque over there. The one really funny thing when you go to an ATM in a country like this where the currency is so different is that you really do feel like a millionaire when you withdraw 100 quid. Because I've got enough money here that I could literally fan it out and bloody do that thing where you're doing a snow angel but in cash. Mental. It's literally, it's like 92 quid I've just withdrawn. And I've got a stack that's too big to fit in my wallet. Mental.
I did a quick search online and this mosque looked interesting enough to pay it a visit. Kazakhstan is a Muslim country, for those of you who didn't know, and mosques are pretty common in every town and city.
So this is Atyrau's Victory Park. It was created in 1975 as a 30th anniversary of the end of the Second World War. Along this side of the park is a series of busts of heroes of the Second World War, Kazakh local heroes, like this guy here, died in 1945, so close to the end of the war. But some of the heroes aren't those who died during the war. For example, this lady died in 2008. But these are local heroes. So that is the eternal flame there. That was only put in 2000. But the whole space in general is really big. It's a really big park, and it's not all just a memorial. It was built with sort of community use, so there's loads of benches, they've planted lots of trees. Yeah, one other interesting thing that they've got here is that they have got effectively an open-air military museum. There's some artillery by there, and you've got this big tank by here. I think it's a T-54. Carries on all the way up here. There's even some aircraft down there. Feels weird talking positively about what is effectively a war memorial, but Victory Park, yeah, it was pretty cool. A nice mix of ways to sort of help teach younger people, presumably, this is what has happened. Yeah, interesting, thought-provoking as well, especially the boards with all the lists of names of all the people just from this local area who died. It's worth remembering now that it seems like fascism is sort of rising again around the world. It's worth remembering how many people died last time. Yeah, just thought-provoking. And now, just because we can, we're going to cross over the Ural River again, this time on a footbridge, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it's a lot less windy now, so I can actually talk a little bit. This is the Ural River again. It just bends through town like this basically, and then out towards the Caspian Sea. Interestingly, I know a lot of my viewers are going to be from the UK. Don't these houses really look like houses in the UK? I'm sure they've built ones like that in Barry. Something about the brick colour. But yeah, this is the mighty Ural River. And if you look down there, that is why this city has so much money. That is a major oil refinery. There's some fellas doing a spot of fishing down there. Not sure what fish are going to be in this river. I'm not sure whether they're allowed to, but yeah, it's what you do on a Sunday in Atyrau. Come down to the river, have a little fish. Right, I just got a Yandex to my hotel. It took, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes, and it cost 58 pence. Unbelievable. Like in the other supermarket, it's pretty much the same as you've got at home. Lots of apples though. Kazakhstan is actually where apples are from. Anyone for a tin of horse? No? Why? I find it quite funny that they've got like normal bread and then American bread. Quite funny. And to be completely honest with you, I didn't opt for the tinned horse, the crab or shashlik flavoured Lays. I in fact just went for some paprika Lays, a Fanta, and I had to, the bar of Kazakhstan chocolate. I feel like this may not be the first one of these that I get suckered into buying. Okay, a couple of hours being productive done. Crisps, 10 out of 10. Fanta, 10 out of 10 as classic. Chocolate, unbelievable. Turns out it was dark chocolate. I didn't even realise. Even better than normal chocolate. Anyway, time to head out, go and get some food, and maybe a couple of drinks as well. Kind of feeling it. Don't have to be up super early tomorrow. Why not? It's on the cards. Well, I didn't have to come far from it for... Well, I didn't have to come far for a drink. My hotel is just by there. And I've come out here because there's this really nice terrace, and I'm just grabbing a beer out here. See? Pretty nice spot. They do food as well, but I'm going to just have a beer for now. I'll probably have a look through the menu. Yeah, and see what they've got. Well, I always think that the first beer in a country should always be a local one. So, in this case, I've had to get a can, because all of the draft stuff is foreign. But, should be good. It's a pint-sized can at least. Right, let's see how it goes down. Cheers. Ooh, that is nice. Yeah, very nice. Lovely. I'll be having a few of those on this trip, I think. Well, the beer's nice, the food is cheap, and the atmosphere is pretty good, so I've decided to just stay here and eat here. I'm aware that it's basically outside my hotel door, but it's been a long day. Been a stressful day where I nearly slept through my flight, but yeah, it's nice. Nice place. Unexpected. Well, here we go. Chicken shashlik. Nice. Good start to my meals here in Central Asia, I think. Well, this is very, very good food. I've got like a little spicy sauce, a load of sweet onions, and some nice chicken. So I paid on my card for that. I had 2 beers, shashlik, chips, and it came to £10.41. Very, very good value in my opinion. Yeah, I mean obviously I've not looked around for any of this. I don't know what it costs elsewhere, but I think that's really good value in my opinion. Okay, we're on the move. I spied another pub earlier when I was walking. There's only a couple of streets. Right, like I said, we're heading to another pub. It's a couple of doors down. I spied it earlier. We'll see what it's like.
Well, this is the pub. It's a standard Irish pub by the looks of it. They did a Guinness, but what really made me stay was the fact that they had a Welsh flag on the wall. Then, what really kept me in was the fact that there was a live band on.
That place was fun then, guys, wasn't it? I ended up having 4 pints in there. Oh fuck! Nearly fell then. Yeah, so I ended up having 4 pints in there. I've had 7 pints altogether. We're in Kazakhstan's 9th biggest city, and that place is open till 4. And if it wasn't for the fact that I really fancy a takeaway, we'd be staying there a lot longer than we are. However, I have ordered a takeaway pizza on Yandex to the hotel, and I've ordered a takeaway pizza on Yandex to the hotel. So we're heading there now to pick it up.
Well, I'm going to be honest. Is it the best looking pizza I've ever had? No. Will it do? Yes. I'll see you in the morning. No start.
Borada. Fantastic sleep, as you would imagine, on my Princess and the Pea 3 mattresses. Just had a really good freshen up. Give me a shaving kit as well, so managed to get the old beard touched up as well. So that's pretty good. I did miss hotel breakfast though. It was until 10 and I woke up at 9 and I couldn't be arsed. So yeah, I'm going to leave here in, I don't know, probably the next 20 minutes, half hour. We've got a few hours to check out some stuff around the city and then time to head to the airport, sadly. So yeah, I think I'd get really lazy if I lived here because the Yandexes are so cheap. I'm just not walking. This would be a, I don't know, 20-minute walk, or it's 280 tenge in a taxi. Well, I'm gonna get a taxi. It's bad and it is lazy, but yeah, that's the way of the world. The weather is quite drastically different to yesterday. It's just completely grey, cloudy. It's still pretty warm, but must be, I don't know, 10 degrees down on yesterday, I reckon. Crazy how quickly it changes. It's fucking crazy. He's got no windshield on the back of his car. Yeah. Ooh. It's literally just cardboard and tape. Mental. He drove like it as well, to be fair to him. He drove like a loon. But yeah, we are at the Atyrau Local History Museum. Little bit of culture. You can't have a session on the Guinness and not also go to the museums the next day. That would be frowned upon by me. So yeah, we're gonna nip in here, see whether there's anything to it, and yeah, maybe learn a little bit. Here we go, in all its glory. Let's hope it's open. Otherwise I've wasted, what, 30p in a taxi for no reason? Yeah, it's closed. There we go, wasted 30p. The old Google Translate conversation coming in handy. Oh well, we saw the outside, we saw a cannon. It is what it is. They got some funky stuff in this garden though as well. Atyrau, famous for boats, a tower and oil. And that is actually pretty accurate, to be fair. There's another museum looking thing across the road. Do I try there? Is that probably going to be closed too? I mean, it's a Monday. Monday is the worst day for trying to visit anywhere because everything is just closed permanently. Oh well, we tried for the culture. All we're going to remember of Atyrau now is that they love Ramstein covers and pints of Guinness. Is that a bad thing? I don't think so. I think that's quite respectable. So we're kind of around where we were yesterday when we walked over the bridge for the first time. So there's this nice big open square, which is basically just a roundabout. There is a Burger King and the museum is like behind there. We're going to try out the wonderfully named Zebra Coffee. Well, that place was nice. If any of you happen to be in Atyrau, then I can highly recommend Zebra Coffee. I think it was about £1.30. I think that's what popped up for my coffee. It was a bit busy in there, so I didn't really want to film Too much in the actual cafe, it's always a little bit awkward, especially if you can't explain yourself. Anyway, I am going to take a wander back across the river. I can't be bothered getting another Yandex, not when it's 10 minutes, and we've got plenty of time because I didn't end up going to the museum. So unsurprisingly, there are actually quite limited lunch options on a Monday. So we have narrowed our choices down to these two. We can either go to Box Burger or we can go to Boss Burger. Don't ask me why there are two burger places right next to each other with such similar names. That's down to the Kazakhs. So yeah, 50-50. Box or Boss? I think we're going Boss. Yeah, I think we're going to give Boss Burger a try. This looks bloody immense. I am absolutely serious. I don't actually know how I'm going to be able to eat this. It's huge. I can barely fit my hand around it. And I have to eat this very strategically. Just ordered what I thought was a normal burger. I didn't expect it to have bloody chicken and meat. I don't know what meat it is, but it looks good. How can potentially the best burger I've ever had be in Kazakhstan? It's just mental, isn't it? I didn't need the chips though, I haven't even touched them. Well, we've just left Boss Burger. I can't get over that place. The food was so good. It's not that you don't expect to have good food here in Kazakhstan, it's just, yeah, mad. That pretty much brings an end to our time here. So yeah, basically, I'm gonna head to the hotel now. I'm gonna pick my bag up. We're gonna head to the airport and we're gonna continue this Kazakh adventure somewhere else. Hope you enjoyed this one. I know we weren't here for that long, but I do think we had some good fun. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, stick around.